Howdy folks, welcome to the Vantage Point's review of Reveal the Shield Lugnut. This guy is a beast. He's huge. For a bit of a size comparison, here he is with Sea Spray and Generations Cup. Arm articulation is great. Goes up, down, all ratcheted in his turbines here. It's pretty sweet the way they designed it. Elbows, individually posable fingers. Big hand. This guy is great. He's got a waist swivel, full bending knees, ratcheted hips, moving toes. I believe they're on a ball joint in there, which means sweet ankle rocking. They don't go quite as far as I'd like, but it's okay. Also, his head, not as much articulation as I like, but thank God for what's there. He is on a ball joint, and his mouth opens, which is pretty awesome. Gives him kind of two different looks. He's also got a few neat gimmicks. First off, in the arms, you've got these buttons here, one on each side. And it kind of gives him a punch of kill everything kind of effect. A nice little tribute to anime. You press it down and his arm juts forward, which I think is pretty cool. It gives him a little bit of extra length in there, a little more reach, and he has that on both arms. So it just makes him bigger, even more of a beast. Also, in his tail, he has a firing missile. It rotates around and can fold up like so, but it doesn't exactly like to go quite over his head. That's with his plain tail all the way out, and it's just barely going over. But it is quite powerful when it's actually primed. It's a fun little gimmick to add in there, and that just folds into his tail zone. He's also got more C-clip joints than I know what to do with. Look at this. He's decked out. I've counted at least 13, and I'm pretty sure I haven't even found them all yet. Even his chest guns you can clip guns onto. That brings it up to 15. So yeah, robot mode's pretty beastly. Now let's do transformation.
A lot of Lugnut was ingeniously designed. With the exception of a seemingly unnecessary hip rotation, Lugnut's legs flawlessly transform into the bottom of his plane mode, and they look really good too. His arms flatten out into the wings of his plane mode. His hands become the engines. The whole process is flawless and a lot of fun to do. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen before. During transformation, I found 6 more C-clips that weren't available in robot mode.
Alright, here we've got Lugnut's alt mode, and again, it's beastly. This thing's got a killer wingspan, and the OD green is actually pretty sweet. The undercarriage is a little beefy, but it's definitely better than most airplanes I've seen fold up under there. His arm extension gimmick still works in plane mode, and it can be quite a pain while transforming because it does like to pop out a lot. But it gives him an even bigger wingspan and some molded missile pods in there. They're a little hard to see though. Around the backside, he still features his missile gimmick with a button placed right here. It is kind of sensitive, it does like to activate a lot, but thankfully it's got this little gun hatch here, which is nice. It keeps the missile from flying away all the time. It's probably the only reason I haven't lost it yet. Size comparison, here he is again with Sea Spray, who I can hardly even fit on the screen due to his monstrous wingspan. And here he is with Generations Warpath, who, in comparison,
is really just tiny.
Another nice feature is that during the transformation from vehicle to robot mode, he does have something of an automorph gimmick. When you push in the tail of his airplane mode, it activates his cockpit up front and causes his head to move up into position. This has been the Vantage Point's review of Reveal the Shield Voyager Lugnut. Hope you enjoyed it.